Who thinks that setting up the next meeting is probably the most important thing on that whole entire list for them?
It's very important.
Okay, so let's say this. You went into that relationship, into that meeting, that first meeting, with your homework done, with an agenda, an idea where you want this thing to go, which means you wanted to know where this relationship was going to go. You had an agenda already.
Right.
All right, you talked about that agenda,
Yeah.
and the person has agreed, I'm going to do all the things I promised I'm going to do for you.
Yeah.
You're saying you're done?
Exactly. Right. Obviously, no.
No.
Exactly. No.
There's a reason to set the next meeting if you did all the first things right the first time.
Yeah. It's clarifying that agenda.
Right.
Obviously.
Can I ask a follow-up question then to this?
Go ahead.
Hallmark
Because
moment.
sometimes,
We're going to stick with really hot techniques on how to remember to set the next relationship up. Go ahead.
so sometimes I don't necessarily, a lot of times I don't necessarily need to see the person again physically. However, I do make it a point to go back to my office, read through my notes, and send them a follow-up email. And I also, depending on who it is, I can be pretty good at, calling them on the phone once every other month. Does that count? Or are you talking about we should be setting up a next physical meeting? Because then I'd be in meetings all day and I wouldn't get anything else done.
I think you should be talking about setting up the next physical meeting. We're talking about people in your close network, people that you need to stay close to, people that you need to relate to often.
Okay, so we're talking about the 20 that we really care about.
Not even 20. That's too many.
That's too many. How
Maybe
many?
5 to 10.
5 to 10. Okay.
You know,
Well, that's a
because
huge difference.
you don't have-
Huge difference.
That's a huge
Yeah.
difference in that question. Then I'm not a one with that.
Right.
Okay.
Because you're not going to have close relationships with thousands of people.
Right.
Those meetings are transactional.
Yeah.
All right. But the people that you want to have really high quality business relationships with, you want to have a relationship. Relationship only exists
Okay.
on you know this term, right? What we had. Everybody heard that term? We have relationships that we used to have that we no longer have. I mean, we still feel good about each other, but we don't have an active current relationship. Why? Because we don't see each other. We don't talk to each other. We're not daring anymore.
And if you let too much time go by, then you have to start at the beginning.
Then there's the anxiety of and the guilt associated with we could have, should have, we made some promises we didn't follow. I mean, you don't want that. So you want to keep the relationship train going by consistently meeting with the person until you don't have any reason to meet anymore.
I have another follow-up question.
Go ahead.
With technology, particularly Google Hangouts and these other types of Skype, where you can see the person, but we're not now geographically prohibited.
Right.
If I have a very close person who's maybe up in Philadelphia, let's say, where you don't necessarily want to get together with them face to face.
It would be prohibitive.
It would be prohibitive.
Right.
Are you saying that is another way of us setting up the next?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As long as it works for both of you. Now, you can't set up a Google Hangout and only works for one person that's on the Google Hangout, or the FaceTime opportunity, or a webinar you're going to share, or a conference call. You can't do that if it's not going to work well for the other person. The person goes, I really, I just need to see you. It works better for me. Then, you may have to go back to, okay, this is not how we decide we want to play together. Back to being clear about your intentions, not what you intend to do, but how you intend to follow through and all that kind of stuff, and being clear about everything. Clear communication solves this problem.